Hey guys, Bronzer 3, what's up here? I'm probably going back to that hideaway. See this hideaway soon. Go check out some new lore and upgrades. So I'll be back.
Master Quinton has asked that we work through the night to undo the chaos the Royalists wreaked. But I fear dawn will have long since broken before the true damage is mended.
Mind your step. The Royalists didn't do us the courtesy of tidying up when they left.
Oi, how about some light over here?
What a
It's black as Odin's bumhole.
Look what the curl dragged in.
If you're gonna buy some, be quick about it. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Well? So, what'll it be? And?
I heard they escaped their masters in the Imperial camp.
Your brand. Lady Tyre might be able to see to that. Where to next?
For now, we rest. Do you think we should go and help?
It sounds like Otto has it.
New dung had so many uses.
Have you come for a tale? You wish to study the tomes?
Lost Wing, a settlement located in central Sunbrook on the northeastern edge of the Great Wood, having initially found its prosperity as a stopover point for traveling traders. It fell from favor when newer, better roads bypassed it, and eventually fell off the map entirely. Presently, its obscurity serves as cover to mask its burgeoning status as a safe haven for bearers who work in the nearby vineyards for Quentin, Ealdorman, and co-conspirator of Sid's, while castes of Gutland rogue aged in Lost Wing cellars provide a village with much needed income. While castes of Gauntlet rogues aged in Lost Wing. Okay. Lost Wing, a settlement located in central Severick on the northeastern edge of Greatwood, having initially found Square as a stopover point for traveling trade. It fell from favor when better roads bypassed it. The village is built both in and around fallen ruins, and the people of Lost Wing claim was once called, and the fallen ruins that the people of Lost Wing claim was once called an airship. Really, a big old airship? That's nuts. Aliantis, those who do not call a hideaway their home, but nevertheless lend their strength to its cause. There are many in the twins who balk at the persecution bearers, but cannot find within them the courage to oppose it. Knowing what fate awaits them should their sympathies be exposed, others take that risk, aiding Sid's bear liberation efforts with information sent by Stolas, monetary assistance, or direct action. That's nice. What is Stolas? Marks. Emblems that Sid's allies distribute to those in their circle of trust. It is common for a rich and powerful Valisthea to pin such marks to the bearers in their possession, that the slaves might go about their master's business unmolested. Okay, makes sense. Gav, Sid's faithful scout who puts his legendary nose to work in tracking the movements of slaves, soldiers, and any other object of interest to the hideaway. The ever-agreeable fellow only too gladly delving behind enemy lines if he can get a good story or two out of it. That's cool. Quentin, the inscrutable landlord of Lost Wings Tavern and the leader of the village. Attendant to Margrace, servant of a man who goes by the name Lord Margrace. Together they travel the twins to some unknown end. Huh. Who is Margrace? Gosh. Caer Norvin, an imperial stronghold located along their southern fringes of Sambroquois territory, far from its capital of Oriflamme. It occupies a key strategic position adjacent to the Crystal Belt and is suitably, formidably fortified as a result. Within its walls, there are living quarters, a church, a gao, and sufficient storehouses to see the occupants through a lengthy siege. Orabel Downs. In southwestern Sunbreak, where the Great Wood ends, lie the secluded meadows of Orabel. Here, the soil is rich and the climate temperate, while the sloped terrain provides ample runoff for rain, making the location perfect for the growing of wine grapes. Something the residents of nearby Lost Wing take very seriously. The liberation of bearers. That which Sid and his allies strive to do, save bearers from slavery. To this end, they gather information about masters who most mistreat their property, that they might focus the rescue efforts on those most in need. Freed bearers are brought back to the safety of the highway, and though many are unsure what to do with their newfound freedom, the combination of a warm welcome, warm food, and a warm bed helps to calm their cares. That's good. Obelisk. Ancient relics found across Valisthea. Their construction closely resembles the airships of the fallen, but unlike them, they do not appear to have fallen from the sky, rather to have stood in place since time immemorial. They illuminate when Clive approaches, though for what reason is unknown. After once being lit, they continue to shine with the same blue glow night and day, making them ideal for use as waypoints. That's good. Crystal fetters, a restraining device for bearers and dominants that uses precisely arranged and activated shards of crystal to disrupt the flow of aether through their flesh, thus preventing them from priming or casting magics. So valuable are the materials from which they are made, and so rare the skill required to craft them, there are very few specimens in existence, and they are only employed when absolutely necessary. Wow. Chirada, an ethereal conjuration summoned forth by Benedicta Harmon when Clive encountered the Dominator Wind near Lost Wing. Despite their size, the creature's heavily feathered wings did not seem to hamper its movement, which was disconcertingly nimble, more so than speed, though it was Sharada's array of powerful magic that set it apart from lesser foes. Huh.
The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
All right, back to business.
There's a good girl. Hungry.
Oi, how about some light over here? It's black as Odin's bumhole.
What would the King Waloed want with our tiny village anyway?
Ah, Master Quinton took a liking to you, I see. And there I was, thinking you were in bed with Sid. Wonder what Gav will have to say about this. Speaking of whom, if you see him, tell him thanks for looking after us. Now, what can I help you with?
I'm searching for a dominant of fire. Gav seems to think he might have taken refuge here.
We see a lot bearers around these parts. But I do seem to recall one who commanded the flame. Now, whether or not that makes him a dominant, I can't say. But the Walooders certainly took a keen interest in the poor sod.
Did you get a look at him?
Didn't have a chance. One of the other bearers might have, though.
Thank you.
Bearers attuned to the element of fire are handy on the battlefield, as I'm sure you know. I expect that's why the Royalists wanted your man in particular.
And that's all you can remember. Think hard.
I already told you. He was gone before any of us could get a good look under that hood of his.
Honored visitor, might I ask that you pray with us for the deliverance of our brothers and sisters from evil?
The hymns of Grigor, and thus did Grigor summon together her 270 spirits of light, and tell them of the holy heralds she would send to the world below, where there was much strife and suffering, for which she wept. Rejoice, she said, for my heralds, who are a part of me and who are me, shall be as bread unto the starving and as water unto the thirsty, and shall bring light where there is only darkness. Mysteries of vinification. While some winemakers will remove the skins of the grape at the pressing, leaving both skin and seeds in the juice to commingle, creates a must that is better suited for extended aging, ultimately resulting in a more refined wine. Then once the wine calms and it sells sufficiently, the skins are removed, and the must is then transferred to wooden barrels of oak or chestnut, which, by allowing air to leach into the wine, impart deepened levels of complexity, inducing rich aromas and improving texture, all while lessening bitterness. Okay, cool.
Nothing down here but dust and cobwebs. Unless you're here to help me get rid of them.
It'll take the better part of a day to move this.
That a hanged man I see? Master Quentin must think you're important. It was a good thing you done today, getting rid of those bastards. If you hadn't come when you did, I'd be on my way to Ash by now, along with the others. Poor buggers.
These others, was there a dominant among them? A dominant of fire?
Might have been, yeah. Royalists seem to think there was, anyhow. A thin bloke all swallowed up in his robes like one of Great Grieger's churchmen.
Do you recall anything else about him?
Only that he weren't alone. Was a young maid who went wherever he did, including the church, and wherever the Royalists dragged them both off to before you got here.
I see. Thank you. I wonder if Sid's found anything.
I'll tell you one thing for nothing. That girl with the hooded bloke weren't his missus. More like his pet blimmin' curl. Ready to pounce.
Oh, that is something.
The hanged man is always watching. As if he had aught better to do.
Tell me that scowl means you've got good news. So, a shady lad with a hood, and his equally shady lass. Not much to go on, but... I've been thinking, if our friend is a dominant, why not just burn the Royalists to a crisp? There's a reason he's holding back, and I reckon he has something to do with his partner.
What makes you say that?
One of the villagers I talked to said the two were separated. If the Waluders have her, our dominants like to think twice before starting any fires. Whoever he is, he's shown himself to have a level head. He's careful, cunning, and he doesn't want to be found. This could spell trouble. For us and the Royalists both. Still, it'll be a whole lot worse if we set off after them with bleary eyes and empty bellies. There should be a pair of pallets waiting for us back at the inn. Shall we? Now, about those beds.
Beds? I seem to recall your request being to spend the night. And for that, the floor will more than suffice.
Better than a wet rock, I suppose. My thanks, Quentin. Next time you're at the hideaway, our floor's all yours.
No need for thanks, Sid. This isn't an act of charity.
You don't say.
In exchange for my floor, I shall be requiring your services. The Royalists saw fit to erect a barricade across the road south when they occupied the village, and failed to remove it when they left. I expect it to be gone before you leave.
As you wish. Well, that took longer than expected. First time dismantling a barricade? It gets easier, don't worry.
I won't.
If we leave now, we'll arrive at the care when the shadows are at their deepest. Unless you'd rather wait.
No more waiting. The road south then? Unless...
I know of another shortcut. You should be so lucky.
I freaking hate Quentin. He's such a fucking dick. Gonna make us sleep on the floor and we just found his barricade by using our Eikon powers, more than likely.
Appreciate your help with the Royalists' barricade earlier. We'll see to the rest.
Oh, the rest can surely wait until morning.
Mummy says the bad men still have some of our friends. You'll get them back, won't you?
We haven't much, but you're free to look. Keep fighting the good fight.
Appreciate your help with the Royalists' barricade earlier.
It doesn't matter how hard we swing.
Weep not, my children, for hope is not yet lost. Keep faith in your hearts, and the goddess Skriga will not forsake you.
Grieger's a female? I thought it sounded more masculine to me. Almost like Griever from Final Fantasy VIII.
Come back to me, my darling. I can't bear another night without you.
The road here cuts through Lorbert's Pass to Care Northern. You're not thinking of heading that way, are you?
If the Royalists were looking to take the care, they'd have posted sentries to prevent any unwelcome surprises. At least I would have.
Well, you should know.
You know what to do, boy. You're finished. Give them all you've got, boy. Get him. That's enough. You lose.
What are the Royalists thinking? Why take a stronghold they've no chance of holding?
When they've no intention of holding it. The king is up to something.
The king?
Well, you don't think they're acting on a whim, do you? This is one of His Majesty's cunning stunts, and he's sent his best to execute it.
Before I call the rest. Sick of Torgal. I'll tell your lady you tried. Care Normans. Hard
nut to crack even when it isn't crawling with royalists.
I don't care who else is in there.
Get him! Don't let them get away!
Much as I enjoy battering down the front door, I hazard this endeavour will require a bit more tact.
There's an old sluice that empties under the bridge. It should see us through to the lower levels of the care. Sid. We both know why I'm here. But what is it that you want? Why would you risk your life for a handful of outcasts? If anyone ever learned what you've been doing with their property...
They'd have my head in a box. But this isn't just about dominance and bearers, it's about all of us. What I want is to build a place where it doesn't matter what you are, but who you are. But our world isn't ready for a place like that. So, until it is, I use the power I've been given to show people there is hope.
So, tell me about this, Benedicta.
The best and worst decision I ever made. Don't underestimate her, Clive. A fight with her Eikon is not one you're likely to walk away from.
Garuda. Warden of the Wind.
Hey?
Hmm?
Most of us came to Lost Wing to get away from the kind of thing that happened last night. Oh, which only makes it worse.
Back to me, my darling.
It's over. Get him. There, boy. Keep your distance, boy. Stay down! Get him! You're finished! Sick him, Torgal! Stay down! Let's make this quick. Stay down! That's enough.
is the same as the one back at the hideaway. Doesn't seem to be working, though.
Alright, these are trials I can complete. So I guess I can't do them right now. I wonder if there's any rewards for them.
Where do they all come from? Stay down! Sicko Torgal! Get him! Finished!
The land has fallen. The Eastern territories all but belong to the orcs.
I'll have my men ready to depart by noon.
Don't bother.
But what of the mines? Without adamantite...
The blight would have engulfed the mines ere long. Besides, you already have your orders.
Yes, my liege.
The dark swallows more of the realm with each passing day. The land starved of the ether that gives it life. And as the fringes fade, the people flock to the mother crystals, desperate for their blessing. The war we wage for possession of that blessing, it breaks us from within, hastening us to our own destruction.
And so you do what must be done.
I unite the dominants, that we may bring an end to the strife, and found a new order to see us unto tomorrow. The world must be restored, and I will see it so.
You might have already had Zidolphus not betrayed us.
Him again. Lust you still for his embrace?
But... of course not. My liege. I serve you, and you alone.
I remember well the day you first entered these halls. Your pale hand pressed into his, as if it would never let go.
That was a long time ago. Yours is the only hand I need. Now and always.
Soon, my dear. Soon all will know whose hand it is that keeps them from falling into the darkness.
Hold me, my liege. Never let me go.
One of our sentries has failed to report, milady. Your orders?
Pull the men back inside the care, Geralf.
He is here, then.
Have them lead Sid and his little pet to the chapel. I shall entertain them there. So you've come for me after all.
All clear.
That's a nice trick. You'll have to teach me sometime.
This is where we parted off. I remember last time in that Icon challenge or whatever crap it was very fun. Alright, well that's all for this one, guys. Bronze Snare 3 out. Peace.